I'll give it a second until one or two get in here. Because I know one of these damn streaming things, it doesn't start doing whatever until people are actually present or whatever. Might be Facebook I'm thinking about. Yeah, I can't remember. Never cared enough to catalog either. I know the streaming ones, they do so automatically, but no, no. No, dear. As you can tell, um, maybe you can tell. I'm sitting here listening to the beautiful sound of silence. Again, it's amazing, really. And I'm sure many of you tonight will notice the chat's not there. And just put note and mention that there. I am aware it's not there. Anyway, as you can tell, there's a beautiful silence. I have been quite enjoying it. Yeah, there are little things still here and there, but for the most part, a return to what was once normal. Y'all remember that dumbass thing Benny I'm sorry, you guys. Mm-mm. Sorry, y'all. Not really. Um, that was mine. Almost, grown little. Uh, I don't know, must have went and woken her up. Lord. What is that, 3 years now with some bullshit somebody else formulated and put out as a narrative into the Summer Wells and the Target Bus, and then Jenny and Adrian then went with. My God, must have shook me to my goddamn core today to see that title. Yeah, sent to me wildly enough. And my gosh, the same person who created it and the narrative, much like a lot of what they've gotten up to in Summer Wells' case. Holy shit. And going back over their own garbage they created falsely in a false narrative that Jenny and Adrian and the rest of it went. I made them. I made them. Anyway, I think we've heard that before. Oh God, no. You're a child. They can't say anything good about you. Those words, those good words they spoke about their mama, they were forced. She made her. Yeah, right. Ah, but doesn't it all go back into shit like Shay's shithole there that works with a bunch of them, always has, and Andy and Becca, as they've done all this shit to all of us over the years with orders in the West Place, doesn't it? Well, they put out literal thumbnails of people stalking us and taking photos for them, like Shay and Becca and Andy and, oh, you know, the narrative drivers and figures. Literally showing you on their thumbnails they were stalking Iron Little. And make no mistake, that was several years ago. Little was very, very minor at the time and couldn't really be even outside because all the fucking stalkers, but felt safe enough to sit in that vehicle. Stalkers didn't realize they captured her in that thing by photo and then sent it on to Shay and them in this group, hopefully. While those fucking crazy psychos then offered out to you all narratives like, no, she's crazy, she's not being stalked, but also look at this fucking thumbnail where she clearly is. And we have illegally, by even Tennessee state law, taken photos of her minor child on her fucking property. Yeah, but totally the twisted mind of the mayor. She's fucking losing it. Not being stalked, but here's a thumbnail proving, yep, exactly that. Oh boy. It gets dark and dirty and deep on it. Anyway. So, here's the thing. Y'all remember that stupid slogan thing, whatever it was that Benny had way back? I remember that. Something about the absence of whatever the fuck didn't make sense. I don't know, whatever the hell it was. He was semi-right or whatever on, I don't know, little buddy Benny. Always on the wrong side of the river. Um, the absence of. There's been a whole lot of that today. I gotta tell you. Oh, oh yeah, you know. But over the course of the past couple weeks, is this bullshit with Fred and also tampering and manipulating of a script and shit they revisit like clockwork every few months, but target Iron Little with, regurgitate definitely at the same time of year. It began this time of year with the same hooker. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, whatever, man. You know? Also, there's been some fuckery behind scenes with Ryan, Jenny, Adrian chasing the crew, and this one in particular, Z, Fred playing into it. It's why Fred did a little thing he did in that 0 second. Oh, here's a comment you deleted and then blocked Fred, but right, because the other portion of the group had made sure another character here, it's local, sent me a certain it's okay. Y'all continue your bullshit, right? Alright, I see you. I smell you. Oh, anyway. The thing is, Benny was right. The absence of. Now, what's happening is there's been enough time for things here to basically return to their natural state. Mostly. Mostly. Prior to all the bullshit over the last few years, you see. I mean, don't get me wrong, during the day they're still trying to cover the ship these are dumbasses we're dealing with here. Ones with the obvious dash cams, making sure to slow down in just the right areas, or the ones holding fucking phones and trying to fly by. Those have always been really the ones that I've been like fucking stalker. Not everybody in the area, and I know normal verses and all that, you know. Yeah. Anyway, unnatural things to the environment, introductions of been able to compile the bullshittery over the years in a great deal many ways. The sudden taking away of things, the changing of, but the same people driving different, you know, all these other things. Right? But what's happened now is there's been a long enough period in the past. I know it doesn't seem like that, but several weeks of a gradual return to normal, or as close to it. Right. Now, what that enables me to do is to go and absolutely compile from a different direction. The things now removed from what they tried to make look like natural patterns, but are scared shitless to come anywhere near right now, or being told not to. Which helps narrow down those doing it for all these years. A great deal, many which I already had. Anyway, but this now helps. And if said people return in any fashion and it becomes an unnatural environment again, the reintroduction of them to this quieter, more return to normality will then be. See how that works? I don't know. Hopefully most of them have run out of fucking cars to drive after this many years and swap, but, yeah. Anyway. And then, of course, there are the local douche nozzles who do normally pass by, like those for Scott, and he's admitted to 2 a day. Having them feedback shit to him, and then right back to, yep, you guessed it. Anyway, so now the thing's taken away. Now help me go, yep, I was right on this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They are no longer present. Look at this. In courts and civil courts and criminal ways. Dear DA, dear detectives, look at this shit. It also helps me if they reintroduce themselves into this now normal, quiet, documented over weeks now environment, well, why? Says Spark Snow? Uh huh. I do. Anyway, I'd say that's a big giant 3 years of waiting and patience and a big fuck you. I'd say that's exactly what that is. Right. Meanwhile, all these years they've given you the impression, no, there was no stalking, it's real. Used it to weasel in around people by clearly showing local panelists who we all know are real, being like, yep, we're actually stalking her. People like Scott H. admitting to sending people by, having constant feed on, you know, at least twice a day. And you have those like Stahl and all of them coming by as well. But then eventually the Jennifers and the others taking over, the Nanas, the Toasters, you know, that type of shit, the Birdies slash Rojos, who inevitably played with the same goofballs, targeting my child with Linda, BK, Jenny, Adrian, you know, all those. Yep. And Lips, oddly enough. Anyway, and whatever. All of them, right? And Penny, yeah. Penny was in there for sure. Scott H as well. Don't forget him. But as they all fed out this bullshit, just like Shay's safe place, who was like wanting to come murder me and promising to destroy me and being a patient bitch and whatever. But no, twisted mind of the mayor. She's crazy. Jenny and Adrian, no, she's histrionic. Yeah, I bet. Anyway, no. So there's all that in play for all the years. They're pulling nothing more than another same ass cycle of it. Also targeting my kid with the same bitch who was built to do it, has done it. Don't care what narrative it feeds out. Man, I was looking today through certain receipt books and all the pretty shit that one is fed out and gotten even law enforcement inundated with throughout all the years of Summer's case. All the people it has contacted, weaseled around, attempted to get near other witnesses, neighbors, community members, fed off to the rest of this group. Much like the narratives they've fed out around my child-in-law, they've done so around Minnie. Every few months, a creator re-grabs that shit, pumps it back out from her. Y'all need to pay attention to some of the smaller things over the years and how much of a drastic and dire and terrible effect they've had on this community. Summer's case, what criminal shit they've really gotten up to. Ain't just being a psycho weirdo. And often dismissed as just that. The amount of receipts is insane. The doxing of my children's accounts as minors, their names out, channel built entirely on me, many years of admissions and then retractions and changed stories and narratives and refeeding out and, you know, a little bit of a different twist on it every 6 months, but especially this time of year, just like her and others are doing this time. Oh, that attempted triggering and timing today, by God. That was something else. And that, wildly enough, Monster's playing in it once again. I don't know what dude to sit there and do that with someone that children hates the most, but guess anybody that'll help target his children, people it's pissed at, whatever else, whatever pays, right? I don't know, man. Claims it wants to be done with whatever, but man, you'll never find it in places playing me, targeting me over all the years, and children. Namely the ones that it's pissed at, too. Anyway. Either way, I didn't watch a damn thing. I don't have to. I don't have to any longer. Nor will I subject myself to that. I suggest many of you all wake up and realize what you're looking at and how big of a goddamn tamper role it's played in the destruction of Summer's case and her real community. And trying to access, acquire, and get witnesses and neighbors and people, and to get the info of even fellow YouTubers, subs, chats, members, the links it's gone to with its little group back there, and those who'll do. Y'all best really sit up and start paying attention to who you fucking with over there. And how very criminal it's been. And how very close a mighty few of you all have been to it and rubbed hands with it. Because, about 99.9% of you have, including Justin and Molly and Chris and so many others, TM, BK, I mean, damn. Really, all the creators, honestly, yeah, they've all used it for sure. And all researchers at one time or the other, as those transfer in and out, Yeah, but they know what it is. They've used it for those years for that. That thing ain't ever been up to a goddamn drop of good, and it never will be. The opposite, actually. The absolute destruction of. That's what it's been up to. More than meets the eye. Now, I'll tell you the absence of certain shit today. Otherwise, timing on things, y'all getting sloppier than hell, especially around that thing. And like I said, the absolute truth is, I didn't watch it, didn't look at it, didn't turn my head towards it. I ain't going to. Fuck it. I'm not giving it the space or air to breathe. And, I'm not gonna. Oxygen's flying alright. It's for the best. It's for the best. Others can still do the compiling and the whatever, but I'm good. Just like today. And only Warren or whatever, it's worse. Whatever. Not even that. I don't even want to hear about it no more. Don't message me with that shit. Period. I don't give a fuck about it. Or the shenanigans it's up to. Anyway, so, moving on. That was some very fuck timing. Very transparent as glass. Good try, homies. Oh dear, what we got there? Anyway, I ain't playing that. anymore. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing in the background. What I'm taking time to do. And those are the things that matter most. For once. And solely concentrate on this. And enjoying the silence. And the absence. Now, I will tell you also where it concerns Benny and oh my god, and all the hours and 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 days and days and days of all that shit, right? Because see, it helps if you have multiple forms of proof of the same thing. One thing matching another, creator after creator, or this or that or the other, things on the ground matching what's being this and the other. Creators, they're critters, all thinking they're outmatching, outpacing. Here's the thing, in the little vid or clip I put out of it, I can't remember, it was been the other night. Something about that bullshit about neighbor moving, fingerprints, accusing you of breaking, which never happened. I'm sure Dawn was well aware of that stupidity, because Dawn knew even when, like, Candace was trying to feed that shit off to Nerdy Addict. It's bullshit. They never once helped us move shit. And I never once accused Dawn of fucking breaking in here. But that's the narrative all these creators used, wasn't it? They were personally somehow accused by me of being here in person and breaking in. It was dumb. Benny even took up Sloving it. And Kingsport? No, it was Kingsport. I don't know. Was it the fucking feds? Shit, I don't know. He called some. There were so many calls that dude made. Falsely. But they were trying to figure out if indeed cops been called, the center, stalkers didn't work. Radio calls weren't working for them quite that well at times. But they tried to get in advance of it, see if reports, whatever, because they'd fucked up with Pink Shorts, a backup thing. Didn't realize it was actually other witnesses, just like the other day with Fred thing. It's the same shit over and over, right? But they fucked up. Anyway, the whole thing is I never accused any of them singularly of being here and doing X with it, And a group effort to have it done, sure. That didn't mean they were here personally doing it, though. I think one of their stalker folks was indeed the one to do it. Or, I don't know. Either way, thing is, they fucked up. And went on me, that was on them. But yep. There go Benny and them trying to go ahead and inundate police with this. Oh, she accused me of personally being there in this area. Bitch, no, it didn't. CD case douche nozzle also tries to feed that out randomly. Says that was the reason. I don't know, whatever, Others do, they've all tried it. No, I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, it was a way to fuck with police, inundate, try to, cart in front of, just whatever, right? Same shit they've always done. Anyway, goofy as fuck, it always will be. But apparently, somebody called the police on Benny at one point. Like in Texas, and had them there at his door. And he thought it was me, dude, and I didn't. I didn't fucking know it. Somebody had him thinking it was, though. Damn sure wasn't me, man. I hope he got answers for that. Eventually, with a request or something. But it damn sure wasn't me. Probably one of his old homegirls, because, everybody ain't your friend. I told this dumbass. He's seen it too. He did. He kept that boy all discombobulated though. Ah, well. But he knew. Anyway, whatever. It's on him. He chose. Now, the thing is, though, Benny says something in that one live stream that is evidence of Monster and Stall being players in between 110 and the pipeline of events featuring chasing Jenny, Adrian, etc., Penny, the rest, the team. Using our son, again, like always, every word he says, everything to feed back to this group and to use him and his word, all these other things. And because the many forms of proof hold that from many others at the same time, it proves Monster and them were using that as a way to tamper in and around and to fuck with certain people, play tragedy pimp games, use one of my kids to do it, warning system, only reason they've ever been back around. And mind fucking people, including my family, the entire way to think, no, it's really changed, whatever. No. Proof's all there. And he was doing it, and it could have only been for 110 in the team. To feed back to the other side, to cut off and set up Benny, and to see the chain of communications there for them. And then they go about blackmailing all weird, wild shit. I tell you what. It ain't the only form of that. For many instances like that. Now he's used kids every step of the way, man. Is he and a bitch fed from, stole from, fed that bitch's kids on the backs and destruction of mine. That he gives no fucks about other than using. And she doesn't either. To fuck with us, destroy us, get back at, cleanse his butthole, make it look like he's not what he is, skirt away from whatever, the truth, and help fuck up and tamper with everything to agree he don't give a fuck about. It never has. Money only. Even Piper CSI told you that coming out of the gates. He literally told her he was only here for money. He was screaming that at us even before that. Yeah. It's fucking atrocious what's been done by an abuser. Tens of millions passing through. Same bunch of creators. I'd love one day to actually air some of the videos on audio. That true fucking monster in action at home. With hiding the kids for the world. One day will come. One day will come. Maybe too late for millions to see, but I don't care. But right now, I'm not gonna give them more content or play tit for tat or any of that. One day, put out those things when things calm down to help real survivors and fighters come out of the dark. To help others know they're not alone. But all things in good time. I suppose. An audio, video, proof in so many ways of that monsters, true monsters. And him only using the kids' fears to win a loud around. Pump info from or teach them the only way they weren't punished or whatever as if they talk shit about certain people. See, I've got all of it. All of it throughout the decades. And how they all abuse, manipulate. And people like me, we keep those receipts so we can't be gaslit, harmed, hurt. Crazy making can't take place. The lies can't take hold. We have these things as tangible forms of these are monsters and this is reality. And in case you end up in a body bag, in case somebody one day will listen when you reach out of the dark, find a way. Maybe they'll see these things. They'll know where to look. Yeah, but anyway. The absence of. Sometimes it is the proof of. Or at least the last triplicate, quadrupled series of proof moving backwards and forwards needed. To where it can be proven always. Of what never belonged, what was introduced, what was subtracted, what, if it reappears, is evidence of. So, I'll tell you what ain't going nowhere though. Is proof like that dumb thumbnail of a picture of stalker coming here. I'm a minor kid violating Tennessee law and almost arrest and putting it online, which violates certain federal protections for minor children, because that was definitely several years ago. And all the proof that ain't going away against certain creators who doxed and tormented and terrorized my children and played stolen vids featuring all these other things. Oh boy, that Candace had someone placed on my shit today. Oh my god. Um, that violated federal protections for minor children and civilly and legally, and oh my god, the forms of proof that exist here and they're not going anywhere. Well, people have assumed for years just because I don't show and tell and everything's not YouTube and I don't throw all the shit out of my stomach. I do. Very much so. More than enough. And triplet and quadruple 4 minutes generally. Backwards and forwards. Patience, right? I'm a patient bitch. Thank God for better than y'all. That taught me patience. And how to compile correctly. Thank God for that. Anyway, so there's peace there that adds for the billionth time at least one moment of the same thing being said by so many of you during a certain cycle that shows you're tampering with each other, the setups between each other, plus trying to figure out things you shouldn't have been, people you shouldn't have been, trying to weasel in, get people separate, all the things you were doing at that time and that monster and back and they were helping in and using my kid and I was like, oh man. It's something beautiful to goddamn behold, but it's one of many such moments. Well, as things get quieter, the absence of so many things noted. Just like today, certain things shouldn't have been absent after certain times. But boy, weren't they. Those were noted and compiled too. Pretty damn transparent, I and many others. Had a good chuckle about it earlier. Like, whatever. Anyway, so, I just wanted to let y'all enjoy the candlelight and the return to mostly normal here. Mostly natural environment as it once was. Mostly. But it can't ever return to what it was, because that's a reintroduction of natural things. But I do appreciate your all's own shooting oneself in the foot again, and giving me a way in which I could compile otherwise, and that you can't reintroduce unnatural things to the environment like you have for so many years. Not to the degree you once were. Anyway. Right? Right. Or that too will be noted and noticed for sure after this spell. Oh yeah. The absence. Y'all ever wonder if the searching for certain things is not the search for the absence of? Because the absence of is the proof and evidence needed. Well, that's proof and evidence. I don't know. Yeah. All things are indeed possible. Alright. I think those are really my thoughts for the night. Or morning or whatever. I'll get on my routine um and day. Have some coffee. Do my thing. Keep doing my thing in the background. And as absolutely sane, not the mayor, um has had quite enough of y'all fucking around with I and my children on a set schedule, rinse, repeat, change the narrative a little bit, feed out the same garbage you all created, and yeah, blah 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 blah, time and all this together. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all do you. Eat shit, feed it out. Nah, I don't care. It'll just be quadruple it acquired and compiled. And I'll ignore it much like I have most of you, wildly enough, despite your popular belief otherwise, for several years. I'll leave you so certain my eyes were always on and watching you dipshits. Are you serious? I might have done 12-hour streams, but what I can assure you of, and it's fact, and will always remain so, I didn't even watch half of your asses. 90% of you just downloaded and went on about my damn life. Hell, every day I click a button and be like, fuck, 2 seconds in and have enough to talk about 12 hours. I didn't have to watch any of your whole ass live streams or subject myself to your shit or watch your goofy psycho. Look at a reaction to Jerry. He's a dead guy. He's been dead for years on Fields Road. I'm an idiot. Judge Wapner at 5 shit. Y'all are morons and always have been. Tragedy pimps, psychos, criminals, con artists. See, y'all been wrong about all this. Y'all think this is about YouTube shit for me. It ain't never been. You think I'm here for some drama content shit? Clicks, like, views? Hell no. Here to do exactly what I said I was gonna do. I told y'all. And, I've done so in a manner that you hunt criminals. Not come on YouTube, just trash some random individual talking shit about you. Or to fight back against. None. in the way in which I see and don't like monsters very much my whole life. I see you all just fine, always have. You smell like criminals, monsters. You are, and were. And you surround real people in the worst moments of their lives. Their entire communities, their families, loved ones, law enforcement, witnesses, everyone else. And you add insult injury. You stick knives in and watch people bleed further for your own fucking game while you decimate real lives and watch people for pleasure and joy in your needful things, and you feel justified somehow in doing so. Y'all are some of the worst goddamn human beings I've ever come across in my life. And I want you stopped, and I want laws made. I want no one else in any other case to be hunted the way in which you've been doing for years before, overlapping with Summers or continuing on and like you've done, especially in Sebastian's with the same playbook, but it does seem like you're getting pushed back. In a way, the same way you were in Leilani's, thank God for a few things. Some of that's being stopped in Sebastian's. And it looks like by Fed level, I can't imagine at this point that you're tampering with the same Tennessee Bureau of Investigation across 4 cases in Tennessee, 3 of which are here and Sebastian's, and not fucking being noticed and cataloged. You're fucking with the same agents, the same people. The inundation of calls, your players in, same narratives, the same playbook. I'd say there is a whole lot of people fed up and starting to take everything a bit more seriously, where it's like, holy shit, look at all this crap lining up. 4 cases, same players. And those like Trevor acquiring and pushing them out to you, and to Chris, and to push out to you. Summers, Sebastian's, Holland's, and Layla's. Ain't that something? Make sure for days and days and days, here's case, here's case, here's case, here's case, right? Those like those, please. Making sure they're picked up and placed here nicely. And then all the way down to the local players, and those like the Jennings, Adrians, Ryans, who've indeed been here for years and summers, whether they look like they were newly coming out or not with deception and others. The shares who go all the way back to the Watts, and so many of you who do too, and even before them. Those tampering with courts, even to logics. And Delphi, and Idaho 4, and Leilani, and the way in which you all move. And acquire and manipulate. And you remember when Coop, when they released the word font on, was it May 22nd? Not long before Fred was arrested, 2 days before June 15th, or was it 3? Anyway, I think it was May 22nd, they did a piece at least, or put it out, I don't know, whatever. But you remember him saying the YouTube and Facebook group singular that combined and did that marathon? For rescue squad's way of you at that degree and how you acquire people and work in the YouTube, Facebook thing. Join. Damn, ain't that something? And is that's been used even in Sebastian's to acquire, just like it was Behind the Kids and other witnesses and certain groups like those by Squall and shit used to ferret out those in the communities and witnesses, and then those like crime stories and others be heavily advertised. So the families known to others, like Squall and them, knowing who was watching and in those groups, the family groups, the Summer Wells groups, the Sebastian groups, could see when Chris and Katie's or Seth's walked in, or the Jody Sue's, or the other neighbors or witnesses. Nope, there's a picture of your kids. Oh, here's this. Oh my God, look at all these terrible things this one creator's saying. They're all false, a lie, and then it gets naturally humans curious about what's being said about them. And they go over there, don't they? And then the chats are loud. The manipulation of you tragedy pimps, acquisition specialists, wannabe web sleuths, cons, criminals, inserters in and around every case. I'm sure it's well noted if even the rescue squad understands this exact group doing these exact things 4 cases deep. Oh, hey, but it must just be the twisted mind of the mayor, right? Wouldn't be all the law enforcement, feds, neighbors, the fry guys, the anons, the Jeremys, the babysitters, the tow truck guys, the neighbors, etc., and all the other cases prior to Summers calling you out by even name. And for all these years, we're all just crazy, man. All our minds are twisted. We're all stupid, histrionic. Same damn group. Yeah, we're all just crazy across the whole fucking nation in all these cases, aren't we? Yeah, you've managed to shut up more than a few JSB types, huh? Silence them, torment the families until get them to go quiet around so many cases. Caches, classics, sinceres, bully, the babysitter, all these other things, right? I've done my homework. I'm sure law enforcement has and is too. And I really hope they're looking at certain pads. I'm sure they are. Have been for a very long time, since certain I go kill her, and hey, let's also work with her abuser, and hey, look at this recording and that one. No, I'm sure they have been. Probably even before that. Yeah, that's fine. All things are good time. And maybe the absence of things that makes monsters and criminals comfortable in thinking that they've done it once again and gotten away with once again, or will. Or that they dumbly think only year-long statutes, or maybe 2 at most, are the only things in play, and whatever. All things in good time. That's what I'd say. Anyway, I gotta go. I got things to do. I'm gonna go shit out the streets. Do my own thing. Um, Coffee and espresso pretty high on that list. I'm gonna compile those two, because that's how I roll. And I'm gonna enjoy the last of the darkness and the beautiful sounds of return-ish to mostly normal. Do you hear it? It's amazing, isn't it? And right now, I'm pretty sure over on my left side, the insects have quieted over there because the cats. This is sort of their favorite time in the morning. Start chasing the bugs and things, trying to go in for what's going to be daytime. So, it's following the same pattern of silence for the insects as is typical. It's a beautiful thing, the absence of sometimes. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Stay on the right side of the river, right? Thank you all for being here. Chat or no chat. May you enjoy the little speck in the vast cosmos today, wherever you are. Night, evening, morning, and as always, please share the DV/Universal Hand Signal for help. And please continue to share Summer's picture, information, and call her by her name. And y'all know what I mean by info. And that it is not social media, tragedy, pimp shit, not any of our dumbasses. It means real things, tangible information. Those include local and surrounding law enforcement, and the state police, TBI, and FBI, and the Q&A for summer. They include WJHL, WCYB, Kingsport Times, Rogers Review, Hawkins News over here, real journalists like Bobo and Ansley, not those like Bullhorn or Joe Larner. Any of those who actually brought you some of the most terrible things on earth. Normalize this shit. Sandy Hook on it. Even before. Anyway. Keep sharing Summer's picture and information, guys. And because I mentioned all four in this, please do the same for Sebastian, Layla, and Holly. Okay? And just a way to put a little post-it note here. Be better humans than going out and exploiting the humans with the least, like homeless people and their mental illnesses, especially when your wife has mental illness, though you exploit the shit out of it and fake spirits as content. And also monsterizing the homeless in many vids prior, while you sit in a seat of privilege and have, while you use someone in the worst moments of their lives and exploit them in their mental illness. So you sitting somewhere privileged as hell and eating and warm at night can make content and make money out for them to stay privileged and in a seat above them in the world. That's not good human behavior. It's not decent or normal either. And it speaks a great deal about who some characters are around here. Watch where you step and watch on these streets, guys. Here. Much love.